Yo, welcome back guys, it's your host Kamui here, and today we're talking about Amado and the White Karma Seal. And yes, this is a manga discussion, so if you're an anime only fan, just read the manga already. So here's the deal, the White Karma Seal is something Amado created. Now I'm not the first person to bring up this possibility, and I'm not going to act like I am, but the reasons why I feel so confident about this are going to be different from other videos. Have you ever wondered why is it that the White Karma Seal seems like a mystery to the Otsutsuki? Why Code appears to be the first person to ever receive it, why Ashiki never talked about it before, why Momoshiki gives the impression that he's seeing it for the first time when he's fighting against Code, why he didn't know that a white karma couldn't absorb ninjutsu, why Momoshiki didn't call Code's karma the white karma, but instead, what a dud karma, why all of our information about the White Karma Seal comes from Amado? I'll tell you why, cause Amado was the one who created it. Now, before I talk about the many signs that Amado created the White Karma Seal, let's quickly discuss why he would even do so to begin with. What is Amado up to? I believe he is manipulating Code in order to then manipulate Kawaki to push along his power progression in dependence on the Karma Seal. Even the not-so-bright Code figured this out in Chapter 66, realizing Amado used him to awaken Kawaki's power and questioned whether he was trying to make Kawaki into a second Ishiki. That's also why Amado tries to convince Kawaki that Naruto isn't strong enough to handle Code anymore, so that way he'll want the Karma Seal back. But let's consider a key detail that I think a lot of people overlook here. Code got his White Karma Seal after Kawaki got his regular Karma Seal. So perhaps Amado, knowing that he already had a normal vessel in Kawaki, then manipulated the Karma experiment so that Code would receive that White Karma Seal, so that he could use them for his future plans with Kawaki, and Jigen simply had no idea. And it doesn't stop there. In Chapter 56, Amado told Naruto and Shikamaru that if Code kidnapped and tortured him, he would break and release his limiters. I call BS on that. I think Amado plans to willingly power Code back up in order to push Kawaki along even further, and let's be real, Amado probably has some sort of preventative measures in place so that Code can't kill him if need be. I mean, if Amado had a turn-off switch for Delta, and Kashin Koji believed he had one as well, what makes you think Amado doesn't have something similar for Code? Someone who he literally has already placed a limiter on. Now, of course, Naruto and Shikamaru wouldn't know about all this, but it would all be a part of Amado's master plan. And with that out of the way, why am I actually so sure that Amado created the White Karma Seal? Am I really the only one to find it odd that Amado says there's still a lot they don't know about karma, despite the Otsutsuki devouring planets and planting karma seals for countless millennia? Momoshiki also appears to be learning about the white karma, as he didn't even know it couldn't absorb ninjutsu, and he also doesn't even call it by the name white karma, instead saying, what a dud karma. You know, it's not like he said, ah, the White Karma Seal, seems you got that silly little dud, or something like that. And when you think about it, shouldn't this be more common than the regular karma? Since you have to be compatible with both karma and that Otsutsuki for the regular one, whereas the White Karma Seal apparently only requires compatibility with just the karma itself? Let's also recall who designed the karma experiment. Amado. And when did Code get his Karma Seal? After Kawaki got his and was knocked out. So Kawaki didn't even see what happened. He only got his info from Amado, who easily may have set the experiment up to give someone his white karma. Let's now take a look at some characteristics of Code's Karma Seal. Supposedly, Code was compatible with the Karma Seal, but for some reason wasn't compatible with the Ishiki Otsutsuki. What else do we see with Code's karma? It has different powers from other Karma Seals. In fact, it seems to only be a power boost and nothing more. None of the other hack's abilities like jutsu absorption or regeneration seem to apply to it. And it's also white for some reason. But yet, it somehow is able to hold Ishiki's soul, since Ishiki came out of this Karma Seal to visit Code after he died to give him his final wishes. He didn't float over to visit him, no, he came out of the Karma Seal itself. So if Code isn't compatible with Ishiki, why would he be compatible with his soul? How does that make any logical sense? It doesn't. Let's take a closer look at that scene from Chapter 55 or Episode 219. Some people have already noticed that Code's karma seem to react and let out steam, similar to when Kawaki, Deepa, or those automated puppets overheated and let out steam, making people think that this might be just scientific technology. And I agree with that, but that's not quite enough to draw this conclusion. Perhaps it was just an artistic choice, right? What else is there? Well, in the entire Naruto series, whenever we have seen a soul inside of a person and have a conversation with that person they're inside of, it's always been inside that person's mind space. Like, every single time except now. For example, when Naruto spoke with Kurama in his mind, or when he spoke with the other tailed beasts, or with Minato and Kushina, or when Killer Bee speaks with Gyuki, or when Orochimaru spoke to Sasuke inside the curse mark in the Itachi fight, or when Momoshiki speaks to Boruto via the Karma Seal, or even when Naruto has a little Ninshu conversation during jutsu clashes, in fights like when he talked to Sasuke or Obito. They always happen inside this separate mind space, but for some reason, just this one and only time, Ishiki came out of the karma to talk to Code rather than talking to him in his mind. Why would this be any different from Naruto and Minato's case, where they had like a brief conversation until the chakra runs out, and then the soul disappears? Also, if you just look at Ishiki in that smoke, like, he just looks fake, like a projection, especially in the anime. I think Amado just created a projection of Ishiki, and Code is dumb enough to believe it. Now, these visual observations are definitely cool and all, but that's not even the most important thing here. Here's something even more interesting I've always noticed, and I'm really not sure why I'm the only one who's ever seemingly brought this up. In the exact same chapter or episode as that Ishiki and Code conversation, something really weird happens. So, we see Amado muttering underneath his hand, and he ignored Sumire and Katasuke until he was finished. Now, a lot of times in stories, events might happen at the same time, even though we're shown it at different times in an episode or chapter, and that's just because like they're not going to split the screen in half at all times to show them simultaneously. So, I strongly believe that this occurred at the exact same time, and that Amado was actually muttering the message that Ishiki gave to Code. Have you ever wondered why Ishiki never mentioned Kashin Koji? Someone who Ishiki knew escaped alive and was the one who crashed the blimp and killed Jigen to begin with? Seems like a lot more important person to have on Ishiki's hit list than Sasuke, who didn't really do anything other than get rid on like a surfboard. But who didn't know that Kashin Koji was still alive? Who thought Kashin Koji died against Ishiki, but didn't actually see the end of the fight? Amado. Of course he didn't mention Kashin Koji, because he assumed he was dead anyway, so why bother bringing him up? And this also makes more sense than this being a pre-programmed message, because Amado didn't even know Naruto was alive when he came to Leaf Village, and he didn't expect Kawaki to get summoned to the battlefield, so he wouldn't have known to include people like Naruto and Kawaki on that hit list. And plus there's that sketchy muttering thing, which needs to be explained. So I think Amado made that message right then and there. Realistically, I think Shikamaru said it best in chapter 61 when he says to Amado that he thinks everything's proceeding according to some master script Amado wrote. I think the white karma seal is just a creation of Amado's that he's pretending is an actual Isuzuki thing in order to manipulate Code and everyone else, and that's why people like Momoshiki seem to not know anything about it. After all, even if it was some rare thing, over countless millennia of devouring planets and placing karma seals on vessels, you would think it would be a known concept by now. But I want to hear from you guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you agree that Amado created the white karma seal and is using Code to manipulate Kawaki for his own agenda? You're in the world of dreams, so subscribe, leave a comment, like the video, and hit that bell icon for notifications. Thanks for watching till the end, guys. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.